Welcome back to Overstressed. If you've missed episode 3 of Overstressed, make sure to go check it out in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Also, if you enjoy these episodes, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more Minecraft content. But without holding back any further, let's jump into the video. All right, we are back into the world of Overstressed, and there has been some things that have happened since I've been offline. But we have a couple different goals that we're going to be doing today. One, I kind of want to clean up around the farm because I know I just left it just like holes in the ground. It worked and just called it a day. So that's one thing I want to do. Two, I really want to give Lujo his wheat because I just didn't do that last episode, even though I started that episode going, hey, we're going to make the farm and give all the wheat to Lujo. Yeah, I just didn't do that. So that's a thing. Once we do that, though, maybe he will be nice enough to flip the house by next episode. We will see what happens. Or I guess not flip. Bring house down and rotate. Yes. Also, though, there has been a gift placed down, because I didn't mention this in the episode, but when he flipped the house, it accidentally removed half of my items in my house. Because it separated them all to single chests, so it took half of every chest and deleted it, and that included all of my ores. So he set me down with a ton of different items right in here, which might actually be enough to maybe bring the house down ourselves now that I'm looking at this, with all of the chassis and craziness that he has going on here. But, so he said, for the items I accidentally destroyed, dash Lujo. Love you, Lujo. There we go. We got a little docking station now, and it's actually pulling all of the items out of our barrels that are inside. And this doesn't look probably the best. I don't know if Kafers is logging on this week or next week, but next time I see her, I'll probably have her just kind of see what we can do to make this look a little bit better. But right now, I'm going to patch up all of these holes if I can, because this looks like a disaster. But I do want to point out, it actually harvested some flowers because it did drive over like the outside area. But you can see, still working, still harvesting all of our crops for us, and then it'll come back here and place them all back into the chest. All right, so good and bad news. Good news, we have the chest for Lujo. This actually didn't take as long as I expected it to. I was going to AFK here for some time, and kind of realized I didn't need to, which is kind of surprising because of how fast this farm grows and just how fast this thing can harvest everything. It actually goes fairly quick. I did build some paths that kind of just go around where the tractor is driving the most. It doesn't look the best because it's literally just a path, but I did that more so if Kafers is able to log on when I'm not online, I can say, hey, this is where the tractor drives. Don't build the barn right there, or it's going to drive through the barn, unless that's what we're going for. So this should help out a little bit. I'm going to perfect these later when we actually go ahead and make this like barn area and farm area look a lot better. But this is more of just an idea of where the tractor is actually driving and just that ideas. Yeah, all right. We're going to grab our wheat. We're going to make a little delivery over to Lujo's place. And then we'll continue with the rest of the episode. All right. I have officially given Lujo his double chest of good old wheat. And I wrote a nice little message. You might be able to tell that I'm a little overtired, but I said, here is thou double chest of thy wheateth. Hope this will encourage thy to assist in the flippity of the houseth. Dash Lord Rocket 14. I hope he appreciates the no coffee rocket that's currently happening right now. But here's our double chest. Oh god, we can edit signs. I didn't know that. Here is the double chest of wheat. You have seen it here. I have given it to him. And maybe next episode our house will return to the ground. But I figured that this is actually a perfect time to talk about what I want to do next. And that is, see how he has his contraption here that allows him to store a ton of different items all at once and even use like a press and other odds and ends. I'm going to kind of just copy that design and turn mine into this because we have the resources to do it now. And I think that will make it a little bit easier for our next mission, which is going to be to actually start building a drill that can then mine out our Teen Mutant Ninja Turtle sewer that we're going to be living in for a majority of this series underneath everyone's base. So that's going to be the idea. We're either going to work on the drill first, or we're going to work on getting an elevator that's actually going to bring us from our basement down into the dungeon of where we want to go. But we'll kind of have to just figure out which one we want to do first, I guess. All right, we've done it. So it doesn't have as many contraptions as Lujo's, and I kind of did that on purpose because there's certain ones where I'm like, I've already built an automated area. If I really need it, I could just use it here. But it has a bed attached, which is really cool because that makes it so if we ever need to sleep and I'm underground or something, I could just sleep. Done. We also have all of these barrels that have a whole bunch of different odds and ends that are stored in here. Everything from just like create stuff to I have like a valuables chest. I didn't grab all my valuables because I don't want to bring all of this down into like a mine or something and then have it explode and I lose all my stuff. So I have some stuff, but not a crazy amount, and that's good. Speaking of which, we can actually pick this back up. Also, crafting tables always comes in handy. We got some like cobblestone, some wood items wherever I have thrown those. Somewhere. There you go. So everything to just kind of get by. And this would be a great storage area. So if we go to like the farm or something like that, we can store things into this. There's a ton of empty chests, or barrels, excuse me. So this should work really well. And what's really cool, especially if you're kind of brand new to the channel, is if I right click, I can then shift right click and pick all this up into a single block, which is a minecart contraption. And then I just have to hold a couple blocks in my inventory and I can hold everything. So it's kind of like a glorified shulker in a way, which is really nice. So yeah, that's our first mission down. So I guess next mission is to either work on the elevator, work on the drill, or work on a windmill, which you might be questioning on why I'd make a windmill, but there's a possibility behind that. All right, welcome back. So it's been about a day since the last clip that you guys have seen. And essentially, there's been a lot of work that has gone off camera. You've probably seen some cuts. So I want to walk through what we have accomplished and what we should do further. And I've realized as I'm recording this clip, I've actually built this part wrong. But we're gonna start with this. This is actually going to be a windmill that we're gonna set up. And essentially, our windmill is gonna power our system in our basement. So our ore processing system, as well as something that's a little bit hidden that I'm about to show in a second. So once the windmill is set up, it's going to power basically our basement. And our basement down here, we've actually redone. You can see I've just done a little bit of like a cobblestone, stone, brick, stone, and then polished andesite floor. I think it looks really nice, especially for like just a real basic one. I didn't redo behind here yet. I just haven't found a moment. And then over here, I didn't redo inside of our ore processing system, but I did change our torches to sconces. I think that's how you pronounce them. DG, maybe let me know in the comments if I got that wrong. Also, there's sconces out here now as well, which is pretty cool. I think it fits a little bit better with the theme. Also, I think I forgot to put our sawmill down here. By the way, sawmill, stonecutter has been moved down here. I think I'm going to keep them down here from now on, just because I use them more often here than in our sky base. But yes, this is our hidden elevator that we're going to actually be building. And this is going to be, of course, powered by our windmill. And essentially, it's going to take our floor that's going to look exactly like this area, bring us all the way down to the bottom and into our sewage system that we plan to basically have up and running. And I'm going to do little nods, hopefully, to like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like they're all going to have their own rooms or something. And then I was also thinking maybe I could incorporate the Mandalorian, because I believe he lives in like kind of like a sewer system. So I was thinking maybe I could build like an armory area and it's all kind of like Mandalorian-esque. But those are all big plans for future episodes. Our goal is to try to get at least our elevator and our windmill up and running, and we'll see what else we can fit into this episode. After recording that last clip, I continued with the building of the windmill. The problem that I did run into, though, is that I have no white blocks at all, and I needed that for the build that I was going for. But I saw DG was online, so I decided that I could go ahead and trade with him for some dolomite. So for this trade, I have a very strong offer, right? So I need your dolomite. Now hear me out, because I think this is a really strong offer.
Okay, yeah, I'm listening.
I'm gonna give you get ready. I'm gonna give you 14 coal, right?
14. Okay.
Yep. For all of your dolomite, right?
I think that's a great deal. As a matter of fact, I think once again, I think I'm making out on this deal.
Exactly. You know, I think exactly. You know what? Before you think about it too much, I think you should pass it all to me. And then you know,
and here's one more. So you get 3 stacks and 1.
Oh. Perfect. You know, just to fill up the extra inventory space, even better.
And I get 14 coal. Hold on, let me add it to my coal collection. Oh yeah, that is so sweet.
Perfect.
Thank
Perfect.
you.
You are very welcome, good sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, no problem. Good luck on your build.
Of course. All right, I am back in the world, and it is a completely different day now. There has been a lot that's happened off camera, I guess. So on camera, but the footage got corrupted. But it doesn't matter because I'm going to run you through everything that just happened right now. So to start off, here is my unmade windmill that might look a little weird and wacky because of how I've designed it. Probably going to ask Kafers or someone to give me some input of how I can make this look a little bit better because I've done some basics to it. I really wanted to get some like mossy cobble or something to do something with the bottom here, but you know, it's whatever. It's what we've done. Up here, I need to actually build the windmill. So I need a windmill bearing, and I'm going to need like logs and some other odds and ends. So you're going to see that and basically B-roll happen on camera. That's going to be set up. Over here, we, of course, still have our station where all of our inventory stuff. We've been attacked multiple times throughout the off-camera work, but that's all up and running. And if I go inside here, forgot to show you guys, I've already built shafts that are going from the ceiling connected to where the windmill bearing is going to be. And then it goes down to the floor, which you can see down here, which, speaking of which, patch this up real quick. And then we can grab an andesite casing and fill that guy in. Also thinking about adding in, what is it? There you go. Wooden brackets, or stone brackets or metal brackets, whichever one it is, to kind of connect this shaft to this stone pillar that we've made. Figured it might give it a little bit more of a texture, and then doing some actual things like inside here. So it's not just like a single room. But that will be completed soon. And then that actually connects all the way over to here. So if I go on down, it actually runs in down behind here and connects to right here. Now, this area is going to come to this little area here where I need basically a rope pulley, a gear shift, and I think a redstone switch or something along those lines. I haven't built literally an elevator in a long time. If you want to check out that elevator video, it just popped up on the screen. That's going to walk you through how I do this, but I'll show you in B-roll how we're going to make this floor into an elevator where if we press a button, it's going to go down, bring us to the bottom, and then come all the way back up. But we can also call it to the bottom as well. Going to be a little interesting to figure that out. But we're gonna do it. That's our game plan. What you don't know is that's the third time that has happened in the past, like, 15 minutes. I hate creepers. All right, not bad. I've fixed the hole in the ground. Oh, man. But we have a windmill up and running. I don't entirely like how it looks. I'm going to fix that whole entire shaft thing right there, probably putting an andesite casing or something just to make it so it doesn't stand out as much. Not a crazy fan of the windmill that we have designed, but again, I'll probably reach out to Kafers or someone and kind of be like, hey, like, how can I switch this to make it look better? Because I'm not a crazy fan of it, but it converts power or sends power all the way down into the shaft, and it is spinning very slow, which we might have to make a speed controller maybe for our rope pulley and everything, because this is super slow. But we're gonna go ahead and see. I haven't put my engineer's goggles on to see how much power this is creating, but windmills create a lot of power, so this can power a lot of machines to say the least. All right, so we have a windmill up and running, of course. And then our windmill power actually goes down into this area, which I've done a little bit of a gear trick just to speed things up. I could have made a speed controller, and I probably would have, but then precision mechanisms, that's what it is, where you need sequenced assembly was going to take a little bit of eternity to get that set up. So I figured we'll speed things up for this episode for my personal time, because it's been days of making this episode. And I decided to just speed it up with gears. And then later on, when we're powering all the machines below, underneath in the sewer, we can actually go ahead and fool around with like the speed controllers. That's what it is. Man, forgetting everything today. So I figured it was worth it to show you what this whole system looks like. So I, of course, have a hole in the wall that's going to be patched up soon. But it's basically a powered toggle latch attached to a gear shift that has power running through it. And that's attached to a rope pulley, which I have hid behind a crafting table. Now, right in here, I've just set my frequency to rotten flesh with a receiver of the redstone link. And we actually have another redstone link hidden here with a button. So if we press said button, the floor is going to move down. And it's going to go all the way to the bottom where we have dug down, which I guess by this, you can see our powered toggle latch has gone off, which changes the direction of the gear shift and throws our floor to the bottom, just like so. Now, I haven't made it automated to the point that, okay, it's going to remain down there for 5 seconds and come back up. Because if I'm down there, I don't want to no longer be able to call the machine to me. So I'm actually going to put a redstone link and a button down there to call back the machine as soon as we can do that. So let's go do that. Well, let's go ahead and place our cobblestone down first. Press this button to call it back up. There we go. And we'll press the button and we'll go on down. And I think this is a pretty good speed. We could get this to go a lot faster if we wanted to. Only difference is I didn't see the need to have this go crazy fast. It's supposed to be more of like a hidden entrance and less of just Super Saiyan throw us to the bottom of the ground. So this isn't that ride at Disney World. What is it? The Tower of Terror. This is not a Tower of Terror ride. That's not what we're going for. But what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and just do this really simply by placing a stone button against this, taking a redstone link. We're going to place it. You can see here, I'll break this to show you guys. It has a redstone torch. If you shift right click it, it makes it a receiver to receive the redstone pulse. We're making it send it. So if we take our rotten flesh, we connect it as our frequencies. And now I'll fill this in really quick so nothing is spawning. When we press said button, it's going to send us up. And if we press it again, if this elevator was all the way at the top and we were down there and we pressed it again, it would go ahead and be brought to the bottom. So a pretty cool little system. And you can see that once it's hooked in here, you don't really notice it's here besides the button now that I've pointed that out. But we might do some more hiding and stuff like that to hide it a little bit more. But that's going to bring us to the bottom where we can actually create our sewer system. All right. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe. I want to apologize that there isn't a lot of collaboration inside of this SMP. Of course, I'm playing it in SMP with a bunch of other YouTubers, content creators, things like that. I just had a lot of things come up this week, so my time of joining into the server was quite random. So I was glad I got a quick little moment with DG just to talk with him and do a little trade. But I promise you, the next episode I'll be linking up probably with Kafers. I'll probably be linking up with DG and DoStream and a couple others along the way. So it'll be a lot more collaboration-focused episode, and maybe our house will leave me on the ground by then. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys all in the next one.